Rose Thunder is led by General Manager Lucas Morrison. Magic Show is led by their General Manager, Joseph Ross. And now it's time for the starting lineups. First for Magic Show. At center, from Miami, Cincinnati, and Ole Miss, number 3, Yashir Brooks. From LSU, Alexandria, at forward, number 8, Brandon Voss. A guard that stops at Kentucky and Washington, number 11, Wade Green. From the University of Florida, guard number 21, Scott.
Welcome to Atlantic Union Bank Center for the first ever James Madison region of the basketball tournament. It is year 12 of the $1 million winner-take-all the basketball tournament. Eric Duick alongside Joey Lane, former Ohio State basketball captain. Joey, we started off with 2 Philadelphia-based teams in year 12.
It's unbelievable and a perfect way to kick off this tournament. 2 teams that exemplify exactly what TBT basketball is all about. Teams that play hard, teams that play tough, and teams that play incredibly physical, just like all Philadelphia basketball players.
And that would be the 3-seed Red Rose Thunder, a returner, a reigning quarterfinalist, and the number 6 seed Magic Show. TBT rules, a little bit of a combination of FIBA Pro and college, actually. You have the 5 fouls, but what we're really different about is the Elam ending, and that is every game ends on a make, Joey.
Every game ends on a make, and every game has a game-winning shot. Whether that be a free throw, a three-pointer, or a layup, it makes TBT the most exciting finish in all of sports.
Meanwhile, a couple of very good scoring guards in this game, and that would be Sam Sessoms for Magic Show and Maurice Watson for the Red Rose Thunder.
And you're looking at Mo Watson right there, number 10 and white. Theme for this game is going to be the point guard play. A lot of great guards in this game, and a theme for all of TBT, and we'll touch on it throughout all of our broadcasts. Point guards and guards in general are what are going to win you games in this tournament.
You add 8 points to the leading team's score at about the 4-minute mark. That's your target score. First one to hit it wins. Every game ends on a make in the basketball tournament. James Madison, the host of the region, closes out the evening. Year 12, $1 million winner-take-all the basketball tournament underway from the James Madison region. Lexington, West Virginia, and Wichita, all the tip-off later today. Magic Show in the blue, Red Rose Thunder in the white. Those 2 guards we just highlighted with an early touch and an easy lay-in underneath.
And you see why we highlighted the guard play. Mo Watson doing it all on that possession, getting the rebound, taking it the length of the court, and using that incredible vision to find his teammate for 2 points.
Anthony Smith with the first points of TBT 2025. Kickball called. Tony Dawkins, Garrett Jones, Kendall Ridley, our referees.
Little debate going on to see if it was truly a kickball or if the Red Rose Thunder defender was able to get his hand in front of the foot. I sure saw foot, but I guess my eyes deceive me, Eric. No kickball. Ball back to Red Rose Thunder, and they couldn't have drew up a better start to this game. A stop on the first possession and a quick bucket, and then a defensive stop as well. See if they can capitalize here. Go up by 4 or 5 points even.
Smith again. Watson, tough 3. Can't hit. Moss with the easy 2.
Great take in transition. Both these teams really have the same profile where it starts with their guards, but they just want to play fast. As you see another quick shot here from Red Rose Thunder. everybody who gets these rebounds, aside from the centers really, are going to be pushing the tempo all game long.
Here's Quade Green with a free throw line jumper. He's a guy you're really high on, Joey.
Absolutely, and McDonald's All-American. Out to Washington. Tough pull up there that couldn't get to go, but look for him and Sam Sessoms to really be the head of the snake, so to speak, for the Magic show.
Christian Brown to the stripe for Red Rose Thunder. Shell Shock, the Maryland alumni, play later today, and former first overall pick Joe Smith just entered the building as he's an assistant on that Terps staff. Juan Dixon, their head coach, former Maryland legend. You've got Maryland, James Madison, Penn State. Those are the alumni teams in the region.
And the alumni teams, they always get the headlines in the tournament, and rightfully so. An alumni team seemingly wins this tournament every other year. It looks like when you look back at the previous champions, but two of these teams right here are proving that these unsung heroes can do just as well, if not better, in this tournament.
Foul called, more free throws to come. Heartfire, a recent non-alumni championship team.
Absolutely. I had the pleasure of calling one of their games last year, just riddled with talent and NBA length and athleticism on that roster. And you look at both of these two teams, and do they have the former NBA pedigree that a lot of champions in the past have had? No. But what Red Rose Thunder's doing, and what has been so impressive in just a few minutes of gameplay so far, is they clearly are dictating the pace of this game. Every rebound has a quick outlet and a quick throw ahead because, as you know, Eric, and all young players watching at home, the ball moves so much quicker in the air than it does when it's dribbling by the player. Red Rose Thunder doing a great job of doing that so far.
The fouls thus far on Nasir Brooks and Sam Sessoms. Quade Green started his career as a freshman starter at Kentucky. Another turnover. Really sloppy thus far for Magic Show. And ball stays with Red Rose Thunder in the white. Magic Show in the blue.
Magic Show with another solid possession there. Just a playmaking decision that Quade Green was going to want back. A lot of high pick and rolls coming from Magic Show. Get the ball in their point guard's hands and let them go to work.
Kennedy through the contact, too strong. And a cheap foul, 94 feet from the hoop.
Yeah, Coach Morrison not going to be thrilled picking up a foul 94 feet, like you said, away from their own basket. You can appreciate the aggressiveness. You can appreciate the aggressive nature in which a lot of these fouls and turnovers are committed, but one that they're going to want back there when it gets time to shoot some free throws here. Both teams playing incredibly hard, tons of enthusiasm, and you get to the point where you're waiting all day for this game, a 1 o'clock game, and there's a lot of adrenaline that seemingly is going to wear off here soon when guys settle down a bit.
Quade Green just called for a play. And Brooks lost it away. Red Rose Thunder basketball. Outlet, tipped, and it stays with Red Rose Thunder. Morrison, who you referenced, would be Malin Morrison, the head coach for Red Rose Thunder. Red Rose Thunder's foundation began as a semi-pro team in the ABA. Another foul called on Magic Show. And that's two early ones on Brooks.
Magic Show foul number 3, Nasir Brooks. His second, team's third. George Henderson.
So Morrison was the head coach of that ABA team, and her son on the bench today as well in the suit, Lucas Morrison. He was the GM. A lot of stuff can happen transactionally in semi-pro ball. They end up owning the team. They moved away from semi-pro, and now they've turned it into a TBT focus through some pro-am action.
And got to give GM Morrison some flowers here, being only 20 years old, the youngest GM in the history of the basketball tournament, and the first father-son duo, or excuse me, mother-son duo on the coaching staff. Way more impressive in that feat.
Sam Sessoms played for Happy Valley Hoopers last year, and he shows a three.
There's that high pick and roll that I referred. Get that shot off, courtesy of a great screen from his big man.
Dwight Bikes can't hit. Magic Show the other way. Moss through the contact to the line.
So impressed by Brandon Moss so far in the early going, getting a chance to get out and transition, use his athleticism, use his length to his advantage there, and everybody's looking to get downhill and get to the line, and seemingly, I know it's only been a few minutes, but you could call a foul on every single possession so far in this game, and Brandon Moss taking advantage of the physicality, heading to the line for two.
A lot of fouls early. Teams still finding their way a bit. Red Rose Thunder moved its team to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is the city of Red Rose, which is where the name comes from. Meanwhile, Magic Show, they're just trying to put on a show, make a lot of highlights, some unexpected plays. And another foul inside.
We've got ourselves an old-fashioned parade to the free throw line in the early going, and I will say TBT notorious for letting players play, and that doesn't mean that there are no fouls ever called, and that was a clear foul there under the basket, sending Sledge to the line. But you think the players coming into this game knowing and doing their research, a lot of them playing overseas where it's a more physical game than you see maybe in the NBA or in the G League. And unfortunately, it's causing a lot of fouls in the early going.
Sledge makes the free throw, and you're 1,000% right, Joey. Over the years, a lot of great refs in TBT, Final Four refs, but the college game, definitely different than the pro game, and sometimes it's a little bit of a learning process. The refs learning how the players are going to play, and the players learning how the refs are going to ref.
Exactly, and at the end of the day, there are very few teams that have any sort of real camaraderie and year-to-year, similarities in their roster where, yeah, Red Rose Thunder won 2 games of the TBT last year. They've got a bunch of new players on this roster.
Dwight Bikes, one of them. Sessoms keeps it. Great hustle, and possession stays Magic Show.
Now, Red Rose Thunder told us that they were going to hold their hat on defense and really make it a point to have everything come from their defense like every good team wants to do, but they are absolutely proving that case in the early going.
Green with the feed inside, off and another foul. This time it'll be Quadir Wilton to the stripe.
Great feed by Quade Green. The guards have had so much success off that high pick and roll so far, scoring on their own, right? We saw the Sam Sessoms 3 a few possessions ago. Big man knowing that the guards are hunting their own shot, steps up on that pick and roll, and Quade Green is able to find his big man, number 15 in blue, rolling hard to the rim, and get him a trip to the line. Now, if Magic Show can make a couple free throws, I think that would help their case in this game.
Just as you say that, we see the worst free throw yet.
It's always tough because you know that these guys have been shooting the basketball their whole life. They know how to shoot. But when you get to the free throw line, there's that element of being on an island and you're on your own and everybody's watching. And sometimes it's just a mental game to make those free throws. And Magic Show so far showing how hard it is to shoot free throws.
Do you know your career free throw percentage off the top of your head?
Yeah, it's got to be under 70%. I'll tell you why in a second.
I was going to say, I would have expected more from you, Joey.
I'll tell you why, Eric. Here's the deal. When you come in cold off the bench after sitting down for 39 minutes of game time and expect to shoot a free throw, it's a lot harder than in the flow of the game shooting an open jump shot. You don't even have any sweat on your body. It's freezing cold in these arenas. No excuses, though.
But high school and practice in college, we're in the 80s, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm the best free throw shooter that's ever lived when no one's watching. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of great free throw shooters, Mo Watson heading to the line. As efficient of a basketball player as there was when in his time in college, primarily a lot of fans, college basketball fans know him from his time at Creighton, where he averaged over 8.5 assists a game and was leading the country in assists per game and total assists until he was injured and missed the rest of the year. So many double-doubles in his time at Creighton and just really flourished in Coach McDermott's offense that's produced so many great guards, most notably recently, obviously, Ryan Nembhard spending some time at Gonzaga, but showing in the Summer League recently for the Dallas Mavericks how great a guards McDermott can produce. Mo Watson's just one of them.
He's the captain of this Red Rose Thunder team, running much of the practice, in fact, yesterday. Sessoms a slash inside. Open three off the offensive rebound. Possession the other way.
A little bit of a sloppy start, and understandably so. And anytime you have a 1 o'clock game with this much on the line, right? In theory, $1 million prize at the end of the tunnel, and obviously win or go home. You know, it's a tough part of this game where sloppiness is just a part of the TBT sometimes.
Great block off the glass, but another turnover. Dwight Pike's a TBT legend. Won a championship with the Golden Eagles of Marquette. Finds Kennedy, who can't put it home. A lot of contact there, and there's the foul. That gets us to our first time out on the floor. 10-5, Red Rose Thunder the lead in a bit of a free throw shooting contest early. It's the $1 million winner take all, the basketball tournament on Fox. That was the fourth team foul on Red Rose Thunder. The second on Watson, but we're in the bonus the rest of this first quarter. Another turnover. Watson keeps it himself. Opportunity the other way. Quade Green had a good look at the rim there. Opts for the pullout instead. And another turnover. Should have taken that first shot. Smith can't convert. Cummings bobbles. And a foul.
Just pure chaos happening right now at the basketball tournament at James Madison University. It's just up and down, left and right, missed shots, block shots, turnovers, missed free throws. Let's see if Magic Show can stop shooting themselves in the foot basically right now between turnovers, missed free throws. They're only down 5. There's an element you got to love where you're at but hate how you're playing. And let's see if they can get back on the right foot here.
Conversely, Red Rose Thunder has to feel like they should be up by 15 right now.
They're missing layups. Mo Watson's missing layups. He doesn't miss. Dwight Bikes is missing layups. He doesn't miss. You know, they haven't exactly made every single shot that they've taken, obviously, so far. So there's a very interesting element right now where Red Rose Thunder absolutely feels like they should be up double digits right now.
TBT is such high-level basketball. You're talking guys who are in the best leagues overseas, guys like Dwight Bikes who just shot that ball, who have played in the NBA. This is really, really high basketball for anybody new to TBT, but there's no way to sugarcoat it. This first quarter has been ugly.
It's ugly, and we talked to both coaches before the game, and you think about Philly basketball, right? We mentioned it at the beginning. It's tough. It's hard-nosed. You know, there's energy, there's effort, right? But maybe it's not always pretty, but pretty doesn't always win. And so far, that's exemplified in what has not been the most gorgeous basketball game thus far. Surely it can't get any uglier, though, right?
I wouldn't think. Dwight Bikes won a TBT championship with the Golden Eagles of Marquette, also played for Boeheim's Army. Nearly on Red Rose Thunder last year, ended up having a conflict, but this is his debut for the team in white. A TBT veteran, however. Sessoms can't splash it. Sessoms led TBT among players with a minimum of 4 games last year. 20.3 for the Penn State alumni, and there's another 2 in 2025.
Such a huge fan of his game and what he brings to any team, especially in TBT, where his guard play was such a catalyst for Happy Valley's success, and the Magic Show really did a great job at getting one of the best point guards in the entire tournament.
And funny enough, the team that he left is in this region, playing next. John Hara, the Penn State general manager, who also plays for the team. Some of it's just pro basketball business type decisions when you see guys change teams, and they said it's no hard feelings, but a little unusual that he reaches the quarterfinal last year with Happy Valley Hoopers and then changes to a first-year team in Magic Show. Sledge bricks it. Here's Sessoms again with the pass ahead. A lot of contact, count it, and the foul for Quadir Welton.
And Sam Sessoms looking over at his bench, shaking his head, talking about, this is too easy right now, guys. We got it all figured out. We got to stop doing it to ourselves. And great defense, a great rebound, and a great one-handed outlet pass. Sam Sessoms always with his head up. Find number 15 in blue as we have a timeout here from the Red Rose Thunder.
You're watching the $1 million winner-take-all, the basketball tournament. Joey, historically, it is very hard to foul out in TBT because of the shorter games, but the way we're trending, a couple of players should be concerned.
Yeah, definitely. It's never too early to talk about foul trouble, but very rarely do you talk about guys possibly fouling out, and we're still in the first quarter. Red Rose Thunder, Magic Show, trying to do their best job right now to foul each other out, it seems like.
Right on cue. 8 regions in the basketball tournament. 4 start play today, 4 tomorrow. And it all leads to a $1 million winner-take-all championship. Somebody's hitting a shot for $1 million, whether it's a 2, a 3, or a free throw.
Regions all over the country, as Eric said, and includes some of your favorite players from college basketball, includes some of your favorite former pro basketball players, and one theme is consistent. All of these guys are a heck of a lot better than they were when you last saw them 3, 4, 5+ years ago playing in your favorite college team's jersey, and that's what makes TBT so special.
Dwight Bikes, one of those type of guys, 49 NBA games worth. With the Raptors, the Lakers, the Pistons. His play style has translated so well to this tournament through the years. Back when it was him and Darius Johnson Odom, Travis Diener winning that Golden Eagle championship. Jamil Wilson had a big hand on those teams. That's the first on Luke House. Pretty soon, you'll have a chance to get that free throw percentage up yourself, Joey.
It seems like these guys might run out of players, and we're going to have to get out there and play for them at this point. We might have all these guys disqualified, but Scooty Randall heading to the line, an A10 and Big 5 most improved player back in his day, back in school. One of those point forward prototypes, a guy who can bring the ball up for Magic Show and also bang down low. Playing professionally in Japan.
His entire career, which is really, really rare for a 35-year-old to be in one country, his entire pro career. Said he's really adapted to the culture, learned to speak Japanese over the years. He bangs with Bikes, no foul called. Possession stays with the Red Rose Thunder in white.
Yeah, such a huge part of what Magic Show wants to do and the versatility that he brings. And you mentioned it, there two guys come to mind like him as there's a little scuffle here on the court. As physical a game as I've called at TBT so far. And 2 Buckeye legends, actually. Evan Ravenel, Jeff Gibbs, both on Carmen's crew over the years. Both spent 95% of their careers in Japan. Seems like a great place to be a pro.
Henderson lays it in.
And Jordan Henderson, also an Ohio native from Cincinnati. He was involved right there with Quade Green and got the better of Green right there with the easy layup off the inbounds play.
Cincinnati was actually where Red Rose competed in region play last year. 5 seconds, Green. Pull up three, block from behind. Henderson from 60. Tied at 15. That's the only way that quarter deserved to end. We get a fresh start. Whoever leads from here is the winner. You're watching the $1 million, the basketball tournament on Fox. Start of the second quarter, $1 million winner-take-all the basketball tournament. Joey, we joked about the fresh start from a score perspective, but in reality, now that both teams have had a little break between quarters, this really is a little bit of a reset in terms of players. You've got to adjust to how it's being called, and refs, you've got to adjust to how it's being played.
Yeah, I just think that both coaches have the exact same message. It's pretty simple. It's just settle down. You know, settle down with the physicality, settle down getting into arguments with the refs, and settle down, most importantly, on the basketball court.
Ball to Red Rose Thunder in the white.
There's a big difference between playing fast and playing with a purpose, right? You want to be quick, but not in a hurry. And it feels like both teams at times so far have been very, very much in a hurry instead of just playing fast like they, you know, both are being instructed to play by their coaches.
Magic Show wants to play up-tempo, but right now it's a little too up-tempo is what you're saying.
It's not that the tempo is an issue, right? It's just you have to coordinate your pace with your decision-making, and that starts with the guards. And Sam Sessoms has done a better job than Quade Green so far, but they both are to blame, so to speak, a bit with their decision-making in transition in the half court and hurrying a lot of these passes into really tough windows.
Moss powers to the block area. Blocked. Red Rose Thunder, a reigning quarterfinalist, lost to TakeOver BC. Tied early here. Quade Green, the former McDonald's All-American, on the run. And he's had a rough start. Numbers, Wilson passed too high. You have 4-on-1. That's exactly your point, Joey. 4-on-1. How do you not end up with at least two? Brown, that's nifty.
Great move, and may have gotten away with an extra step, but I won't tell anybody there. But I was just in awe of that possession where it's very rare that I'm left speechless as Moss knocks down a three, and a much-needed three for Magic Show. The decision-making and tempo, Quade Green made a great pass that was just deflected, and you see another turnover, an offensive foul, moving screen by Red Rose Thunder. There's just a lot to digest in this game. You know, a lot of people talk about points per possession, but right now it feels like a more important statistic is possessions per minute, because it's off the charts right now. Each team has the ball 72 times each minute with how fast they're going up and down the court.
Three-on-two. Wilson keeps himself. Watson. Wilson again. That's easier.
Great find by Mo Watson there, and really great possession from Red Rose Thunder. Again, playing their style of basketball and running up and down the court. Are they getting the greatest shots every time? No, but they're getting layups. Just got to finish better through contact.
Scooty Randall with it in the corner. Moss, a deep two, the anti-analytic shot. Watson, crafty.
Starting to get a good feel and really starting to get into the game. And at the beginning did a lot of setting his teammates up, and he quickly realized with only 15 points in the first quarter, maybe that wasn't the best strategy offensively for Red Rose Thunder. And now he's clearly getting more opportunities for himself and getting to the rim with ease.
Moss adjusts, Randall blocked. Watson, 3-on-1 again. Brown gets it, plus the foul.
Not sure if that was Brown's intended move there to get the two to fall. I think everyone in the stadium thought he was going to throw a lob up there to his front court mate, but instead gets the tough shot to go and causes Magic Show to use their first time out.
I thought he was trying to dunk. If he finished that dunk, that would have been the best dunk in TBT history.
I don't think he would have gotten the ball to the rim. He lost it on the way high.
Exactly.
Incredible move nonetheless, clearly on purpose. Obviously, he's a professional basketball player. We're professional commentators. He meant to do that.
You're a professional basketball player every Tuesday night, you said.
It's a good point. Yeah, we're talking about analytically not good shots. I yell at my teammates if they ever shoot a pull-up jump shot inside the 3. No business there unless you're maybe Mo Watson or Sam Sessoms in this game.
It's the $1 million winner-take-all, the basketball tournament. Eric Duick, Joey Lane. Joey, give us some big-picture thoughts, whether it's this region or your thoughts on the field overall in 2025.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, these two teams in this region are, whoever wins this game is going to pose a serious threat to those alumni teams that we mentioned, the Maryland alumni team, Shell Shock, Happy Valley, the Penn State alumni team, obviously the hosts, James Madison, the founding fathers here. You know, you look at Shell Shock and Happy Valley as maybe in that upper echelon of teams that have a ton of proven TBT talent and have won games in this tournament. But again, both of these two teams, I think whoever ends up winning this game in what looks like will be a very hard-fought game through the Elam ending is going to pose a huge threat because of their toughness, because of their togetherness, and they're playing for a lot more than just the $1 million prize. They're playing for the pride of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and guards win you games in the TBT, and this region has a lot of great guards, as do the rest of the regions all over the country.
That's a quick 8 for Christian Brown. Sessom slithers inside, blocked. That was close to a rare rule application that we see. You can knock the ball off the rim in TBT. It is FIBA rules. That wasn't quite the case there, but keep that in mind. Red Rose Thunder up 6, Joey, but for a team that's returning from a region championship appearance, their coaching staff has to be irate by how many points have been left on the board.
Yeah, again, I've beaten a dead horse here a little bit in the sense of they just have to slow down. You know, they're at a level 30 right now, maybe a level 25, maybe a little bit more sufficient for this time of the game, but they're getting great looks. As you see right there, Henderson knocking down the mid-range jump shot. They're 0 for 7 from 3, right? No three-pointers are falling. They are getting out and getting in transition. And, you know, Langston Wilson has been so good so far on defense and getting out and running. They just can't seemingly find the open guy for easy looks so far, and I think that'll change.
Hepburn over everything. Watson stutters, shoots. And ball back to Magic Show.
And I don't want either of these teams to change their identity, right? They came into this tournament with a roster filled of players to play a certain style of basketball, and they're going to continue to stay true to who they are, and I completely understand that. But you got to know when to dial it back, and maybe that's less from the coaches and more from the guys on the court, right? I'm looking at Mo Watson, I'm looking at Sam Sessoms. Can you dial it back one notch, like we said, and continue to get the same looks, but maybe more efficient looks?
Extra pass. Three on three, Moss keeps. Nice pivot and finish.
Great job by Moss playing off of 2 feet there to get the finish over length. He's so athletic that there isn't really a guy in the gym that can get up and block that shot, focus, keeps his chin on the rim, and finishes the 2 there.
Another transition opportunity out of bounds, and possession stays. Magic Show after the break. You're watching the $1 million winner-take-all, the basketball tournament on YouTube.
There's a timeout.
It's the $1 million winner-take-all, the basketball tournament, James Madison region, one of 8 regions. Those regions will each have a winner, and then you'll have your 8 quarterfinalists. Sam Sessoms played in the quarterfinal a year ago with Happy Valley Hoopers, who play later today in this region. And he turns it over. Brown with a purpose. Put back short, but a late foul call. Christopher Ray to the stripe.
Christopher Ray coming in looking to make a quick impact on this game. And Red Rose Thunder have been so active on defense and so purposeful getting to the rim, and whether it be Mo Watson finding guys or where we saw right there, Christian Brown driving to the rim. It's just a matter of these bunnies, these heavily contested 2 to 5 footers that Red Rose Thunder has. Can they make twice as many as they've made so far? And that could change just about everything for this team.
Winner take all, $1 million tournament. And you don't get a lot of build-up to it either, Joey. You mentioned the rosters change from year to year, even for the returning teams. That's the case for Red Rose Thunder. They did do a training camp from the 11th to the 13th at Cairn University in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. But now it's right to the business. You win or you're done. Put back underneath for Hepburn.
Yeah, and Eric, you're exactly right. It's, you know, the sloppy play can definitely be attributed to the fact that, yes, these guys have literally played together, but it was only for a few weeks, if they're lucky, leading into this. And they're trying to figure everything out right now, and how each other, you know, how they play off each other in this very, very intense moment.
Ball the other way. And think about the investment it requires from teams and businesses too. It's not free to get together for a few days. A week-long training camp now is pretty hard to come by unless your university, if you're an alumni team, is housing you. It's a big investment of time, effort, money. Henderson. So you got to give it to the GMs who come back year after year. Watson, shooting practice. Euro step foul. A big theme this half, Joey, seems to be you want to attack the rim with purpose, but maybe guys can slow down a little bit. And then conversely, you want to be an aggressive shot blocker, but it seems like guys are just like trying to meet at the highest point to a certain extent. That's what a lot of the fouls have come from.
Yeah, it's been just a very interesting game because neither team is shooting the ball well. You know, a combined 2 threes made between the teams, and they were both made by one team, right? So no threes on one side of the court, 2 threes for the other side of the court, with a total of 18 taken so far. Yeah, you know, as you see here, Magic Show having a little bit of a trouble matching up here, but yeah, I think there's an element of you. As an offensive foul is called on Mo Watson, who just really hasn't been able to get going in this game. Yeah, it's hard to say no to layups, but at the same time, they just, you know, slowing down in these contested shots early in the shot clock. Like, neither team has even sniffed a shot clock violation. I almost feel like Magic Show needs to just hold the ball at half court and wait for the last shot. You know, they'll win this game just on lower possessions.
Moss almost looked like he lost that on the way up, where he tried to go inside outside with his hand. Watson a little more simple.
Hopefully that gets Mo Watson going. And yeah, Moss, number 8 in blue there, is another pull-up three early in the shot clock is taken. You know, if I jumped as high as Moss did, I would never, ever shoot a layup. He could have just dunked it. Instead, tried to lay it in, and now we'll see a little showtime from Sam Sessoms.
You'd also still be playing if you jumped that high.
I'd be playing more than Tuesday nights at a local rec league, that's for sure.
Watson probes into a jumper.
All Mo Watson needed was little old Joey Lane to call him out for not getting himself into this game, and scored the last 4 for Red Thunder.
Foot on the line. Scooty Randall checking in, Brandon Moss out.
Now, Scooty Randall is exactly what I feel like Magic Show needs right now. A calming force that'll slow the game down a bit, because they get good shots. It's just a matter of, can they knock them down?
And now Red Rose Thunder can hold for one shot with that foul. You mentioned nobody has even sniffed a shot clock violation. You'd be wise to take the last shot here and get into the locker room if you're Red Rose Thunder, and be thankful that you're winning this game.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got an underneath out of bounds play where if they can score off that, awesome. Run that, get a layup, get an open three for somebody. But if not, you know, you're going to see the ball in number 10 in white, Mo Watson, hands at the top of the arc, running it down to get the last shot. Unless
that's just basic basketball IQ, Joey.
I'm just not quite sure if they knew time and score there, because the shot clock did turn back on there for a second, but there was really a second and a half difference. I can guarantee you Magic Show is going to shoot the last shot, and it's going to be a high pick and roll with Sam Sessoms with the ball right here.
That was off a dead ball, too. Just a bad miscue. Open three. 30-26, Red Rose Thunder with the lead at the half in the $1 million winner-take-all. The basketball tournament on YouTube. Both teams get a chance to reset. That second quarter, much cleaner, Joey. The athleticism on this floor is undeniable. We just got to see who settles in.
Really excited that these guys are going to get a chance to take a deep breath, reconvene, and come back out with a clear game plan of how they need to adapt to the way the game's being called and the way the game's being played. Slow down. Maybe they got some chill pills back there in their locker room. Get back to work, because it's anybody's game here heading into the second half.
And a few words with the officials as we entered the locker room there as well. A little less than 12 minutes on the halftime clock. 30-26 the lead for Red Rose Thunder. You're watching the $1 million winner-take-all the basketball tournament. Welcome back to the $1 million winner-take-all the basketball tournament. Eric Dueck, former Ohio State captain Joey Lane from the James Madison region. Joey, your thoughts on that first half?
Sloppy, not super pretty, but that's why we love the game of basketball, is it doesn't matter because it's a 4-point game and anybody's ball game at this point. You have to think both of the coaching staffs had very similar conversations, right? They're obviously not happy with how they played, but they're content with where they are in the game because if they play better, they will win this game. Both teams have the same thought going into it. And how do you do that? You got to play without fouling. You got to make some open threes. And then most importantly, you got to value the basketball. So many turnovers for both sides. And the three-point line is the ultimate equalizer. But when no one's making any shots, those turnovers and those fouls and the trips to the free throw lines, they loom much larger. And these first few minutes of this half is going to be such a huge, huge important piece to the puzzle of how this game ends up and which team marches on towards that $1 million prize.
Winner take all, 6 games to $1 million. Eric Dueck, former Ohio State captain Joey Lane from the first ever James Madison region. Overall, it's year 12 of the basketball tournament. Magic Show in the blue, Red Rose Thunder in the white. And we pick up where we left off.
Same high pick and roll to get Quade Green going to his left and Jordan Henderson doing his best TJ Watt impersonation, running over the screener right there. And I'll never understand how a player runs through a screen like that, which you're taught to do, right? You don't want to get screened. Either you go through it or go around it, right? And make them feel like, hey, you don't want to screen me anymore. But then to complain about the foul call there is pretty remarkable.
Nice TJ Watt reference after that big paycheck yesterday. You need to win a lot of TBTs to get that kind of money.
My man TJ Watt just guaranteed himself 123 straight TBT championships with that.
Marcus Kennedy, a TBT veteran, formerly of Big Five and the Sons of Westwood, rattles it in. I think he wanted to foul the boot.
Great move by Marcus Kennedy, and really is one of the most important guys on this team, and showing why with that move and being a lot more aggressive than we saw him in the first half.
An easy 2 underneath.
Really great find by Quade Green, who's already been 10 times more aggressive than he was in that first half. A great pass instead of a turnover and hunting his three-point shot on that first possession off the ball screen.
Kennedy hesitates and scores.
Kennedy loves that matchup, and so does Red Rose Thunder, taking him to school down low for the easy 2.
Kennedy a quick 4 to open the second half. And another foul in the backcourt, no less.
A little bit of a frustration foul right off that turnover there for Quade Green. A lot of chirping back and forth from these teams at each other, at the refs, at guys in the stands. Some serious chaos here in the first game of the James Madison Regional. Hold on, another foul is called. Poor Nasir Brooks has to have 3 fouls in 3 minutes right now at this point. Hard to put your fingerprints all over the game when you're doing that.
Sam Sessoms the rebound. Bodies with Kennedy. Now accelerates and scores.
Really great change of speed there from Sam Sessions, and he's not the quickest, he's not the fastest, but using his strength as Mo Watson gets a quick 2 on the other end, using his strength to get by Jordan Henderson and changing his speed, changing direction for the easy deuce.
Sessoms the other way.
Now, Eric, when we talked at the jump at the beginning of this broadcast, we said, look out for the 2 point guards. This is what we had in mind.
Brown misses a 3. Dangerous outlet pass. You could see that turnover coming a mile away. Didn't have the angle. Brown blocked. Philadelphia native 7-footer Nasir Brooks on that rejection. Kennedy up and under into a jumper. Sessoms fouled. The third on Kennedy. On a 3, no less.
I think they're going to get Mo Watson fouling Nasir Brooks as he came off the screen. Now it's a question of if the shot was in the air before the foul, which it looks like it wasn't. So it'll be side out for Magic Show, but that foul is going to go on number 10 in white, Mo Watson, who's complaining that, yes, he knows that he's running into that screen, but not enough to knock over a guy who's got just about 12, 13 inches on him.
Mike Young, a late add to this Magic Show team. Moss barrels in. Kennedy thought about 3 and a block. And that's another on Nasir Brooks.
Yeah, Marcus Kennedy not known as a three-point shooter, and also knowing that his counterpart, Brooks, is in serious foul trouble, seeking out his body to give himself 2 looks at the line here. He's been so incredibly aggressive, and you know, when we talk to the Red Rose Thunder staff and even some of their players, they all mention Mo Watson and Marcus Kennedy first. Those are the 2 most important pieces to this team, and if they're going to have the same success that they had last year and go even further, it's all going to start with number 5 and number 10 in white.
Kennedy with all 6 of his points in this third quarter.
A much-needed spark plug. And again, just like I mentioned, some of the guys on Magic Show have this quality. He does too, where he's able to slow the game down and make these possessions more meaningful and purposeful in what they're trying to accomplish, as Sam Sessions gets in the lane and makes a great pass. But if you're Red Rose Thunder, you might be okay with sending Welton to the free throw line. Hasn't necessarily been close yet so far tonight from the charity stripe.
Not only that, he didn't look comfortable either. He's
very uncomfortable.
Really floating to the line. You can see there.
There you go, the reverse broadcaster's jinx. I feel like in this gym, you know, with not the crazy amount of crowd noise maybe that we'll see in some of the other games, they can hear us at the line, and I'm a little hesitant to mention anything negative about the players as they're shooting, but maybe it works because 2 for 2, he's perfect so far in the second half.
Now he's bickering about a foul on the other end.
And you got to understand, and we've mentioned it 100 times so far, you got to have a feel as a player for how the game's being officiated. If you put 2 hands on a guy's back, it doesn't matter if they're going for rebounds, if they're posted up like he was down there, they're going to call the foul today. It might not be the same tomorrow, but today they're calling those fouls, and you got to be careful because you're putting your team at a major disadvantage.
Welton actually played for the Red Rose Thunder last year. Averaged almost 5 points and 7 rebounds, and a jump ball. High school and college style rules on the jump ball.
Alternating possession, it will remain with the Red Rose Thunder as Welton's telling the entire opposing team about that defensive stop, and rightfully so. Great hands.
Henderson off balance, batted out. Extra pass, Watson. Knives inside, blocked. Outlet, Sessoms. Races with Kennedy. And finishes.
How good is that from Sam Sessoms? Again, These guards in the TBT are not the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, but man, do they know how to use their body, and Sam Sessum's getting into his defender's way and finishing with ease.
Brown lost it. Moss and Sessums. Open three.
Now, a lot of people are going to sit here and say a 3-on-2 transition break. How in the world are we shooting a three? But I kind of love that shot from Sam Sessums, not only because he's the guy on Magic Show, and whatever shot he wants to take, he can take it, but he also knew he had his two big men down low for a rebound should he miss it, and sure enough, missed it, and they get the offensive board and another possession right here underneath out of bounds.
Another three. Foul underneath.
Foul's going to go on Scotty Lewis there, and he's been battling with Henderson since the beginning of the game. And Scotty Lewis with a very interesting story, a McDonald's All-American himself, going to Florida, was sidelined with a broken leg at the end of his career. Still drafted by the Hornets and spent some time with the NBA Hornets team as well as the Swarm in the G League, and really just trying to get his sea legs back in professional basketball the last few years.
Watson. Brown pumps and lost it. Feared the shot blocker, Wilton.
Body moving a little bit quicker than the ball there, thinking about what he was going to do before he could even gather and go up for that dunk. And a very interesting game remains very interesting.
Ten on the shot clock. Sessums splits the double. Volleyballed around. Sledge makes sure to get it to a guard. Watson, a good one at that.
A great finish there, going right hand on the left side, shielding himself, using the rim as a shield as well, and finishing through the contact.
Turnover. Watson, knocked down.
Mo Watson, Sam Sessums, both showing why they were the most important guys coming into this game for each team, and both starting to heat up a little bit of a back and forth. Guards win you games. These two guys are trying to do it for their teams.
Turnover again. Magic Show can cut this to one possession, or pardon me, Red Rose Thunder with another bucket on the other end. And that leads to the timeout. Kennedy with 8. All 8 of his points in this second half. Timeout on the floor. Red Rose Thunder up 45-38 in the $1 million winner-take-all the basketball tournament. It's the $1 million winner-take-all, the basketball tournament on YouTube. 8 regions. Each of those will have a champion, which then gets you to the quarterfinals. And play now underway in Lexington as well. Louisiana Tech's alumni, the Duncan Dogs, against Tampa, Florida pickup basketball. West Virginia starts at 4 o'clock Eastern time with the Court Street Kings and the North. Sam Sessoms heating up in this second half. Moss adjusts. Kennedy on a heater in this third quarter. That's kicked out of bounds, but it does stay with the Red Rose Thunder.
The trio, Marcus Kennedy, Jordan Henderson, and Mo Watson, not only are they impacting the game the most of any 3 guys, but on the score sheet in the points column, those 3 guys are determining the outcome of this game so far, and it's been impressive to watch.
Watson gets it to go.
It's just so easy once he comes off a ball screen. If he gets one step in front of you, it's enough for him to finish. And he's doing it left hand, right hand, one side of the rim, both sides of the rim. It's been very fun to watch.
Pushes it through. Watson off the screen. Henderson, that's a tough angle shot, no problem.
What a great cut and a great pass by Dwight Bikes. A great cut that Marcus Kennedy found him with, but a one-touch pass basically over his right shoulder to find Jordan Henderson, the hot hand right now, who not only is he impacting the game on offense, he's seemingly getting into everybody's head on defense of the Magic Show also.
Young contested 3. Watson. That's the other way. A minute left, third quarter. Go to that Elam ending. First dead ball at or under 4 minutes. Add 8 points to the leading team score. That's your target score. Every game ends on a make. And Joey, it does help to have good guard play like we do here.
Yeah, the ball's going to be in, you see them right now guarding each other. It's going to be in those 2 guys' hands for the end of that Elam ending, but we got a long way to go first.
Ooh, his foot was on the line. Turned it over anyway. Dwight Bikes, 36 years old, almost 50 games of NBA experience. Doesn't seem to have the same burst we're used to seeing out of him in TBT. Sessoms knocked down.
The guards are showing up here in this third quarter, and it's been a great start as haymakers are being thrown back and forth. And again, you feel like Red Rose Thunder is up 15 right now. You look up at the scoreboard, we got a ball game.
Kennedy, a lot of contact.
Refs conversing here to see if that was a goaltend. Two shots is the call, no goaltend, a clean block, but a foul beforehand. Marcus Kennedy looking to add to his very solid third quarter so far.
Played his college ball at Southern Methodist. Used to be part of the Big 5 team, another Philadelphia-based team, which is actually in this region. They've just changed their name to Next Era Elite. 3, 2, Sessoms from 30.
A good look, and they're going to need a lot of those to go down here in this fourth quarter as we approach that Elam ending. It comes up quicker than you think. This start to this fourth quarter could determine a lot moving forward in this ball game.
51-43, the lead for Red Rose Thunder. $1 million winner take all the basketball tournament.
At the first tip ball with 4 minutes to go, the game clock will shut off, and a target score will be set by adding 8 points to the leading.
Start of the fourth quarter. $1 million winner take all the basketball tournament. Joey, take me through your Elam ending strategy.
The Elam ending strategy is get the ball in Mo Watson's hand and keep the ball in Sam Sessum's hands. And here's the deal. If you are up, there is no reason to take your foot off the gas, as you see the rules on your screen here right now. Whoever's leading under 4 timeout will add 8 points to that to create the target score, and the first team to that score will be the winner. And that doesn't mean if you're trailing, you shoot a bunch of threes and play as quick as possible, because that might lend yourself to give up easy looks. And if you're winning, that doesn't mean you try and make 3 threes and end it. You get great shots, you take care of the ball, and you make sure every possession counts.
Lewis buries it.
Really the first time that Scotty Lewis's name has come up in this game, and you look at the rosters, he's the one that maybe jumps off the page first. Hasn't really had the impact that everyone thought so far.
That's off Kennedy. Magic Show trying to save a few seconds here. With that bright TBT labeled ball. Other way.
A little bit of a miscommunication there for Magic Show, and if you're Scotty Lewis, you just saw one go in, you'd think he'd be a little bit more aggressive, and instead of looking for the pitch shot and handoff, a little miscommunication goes a long way sometimes.
Dwight Bikes, you know he'll make good decisions. Scooty Randall the other way. Late whistle.
A little bit of a bailout call there, in my opinion. Obvious contact, but man, he just ducked down his shoulder and went right through him. And what do you want the Red Rose Thunder defenders to do? Red Rose Thunder defenders. Could be another team name.
Sessoms. Lewis, deep. Yes, sir.
Give that man time and space, and he's going to knock it down. Great ball movement from the Magic Show, and Scotty Lewis shaking his head saying, I could have been doing this all game if you find me.
Big possession, particularly on the defensive end. One possession game. Backdoor. House. Can't answer, but a put back underneath for Sledge.
The ball movement and player movement, hold on here. Great energy and hustle from Sledge, get that offensive rebound and then to dive on that loose ball. But what I was getting at there from Red Rose Thunder, that the ball movement and player movement that they had on that possession allowed for the wide open three, yes, but also Magic Show couldn't find a body to box out, getting them that offensive putback.
And note, that was an out of bounds, not a tie-up, so you keep the possession arrow too.
Even better if you're the Red Rose Thunder and they do a little bit of wholesale substitutions here, get some fresh legs in there, new bodies, as Mo Watson continues his well-deserved rest, because they're going to need him for the last 4 minutes, and they'll rely on Dwight Bikes to run the show in the meantime.
Malin Morrison, the head coach. Bikes. Open three for Smith. It goes. That was a flat shot, but it went.
What a ginormous shot. But knocks it down nonetheless.
And Sessum's on the baseline, other way. And a timeout called. Red Rose Thunder, the 56-48 lead in the $1 million winner-take-all the basketball tournament on YouTube. Just like that, Joey, from 3 to 8 and Red Rose Thunder ball. That was a quick change.
And the fans are yelling it, and they're exactly right. They need to keep up this momentum. As it has gone from 3 to 8, they do have the ball. They're knocking down shots. They're getting great looks, and there is a concerted effort to play with more purpose, like we've talked about, to play a little bit slower, and it's helping them get great looks.
Another three. Strong. Kenley bobbles, trapped underneath. Do you slow the pace a little bit here?
Yeah, you're getting to the point where the Elam ending is on the horizon, and every point matters so much. When it gets under 6 minutes in these last 2 minutes before the Elam ending, you get the best look you can possibly get from a great pass like that.
Smith out of control, but a foul.
What a great find from Dwight Bikes, and as they were able to attack the rim and get that foul, looks like he got hit on the top of the head. And stop me if you heard this before, but Magic Show doesn't like that call. Anthony Smith has been such a great player, seemingly out of nowhere in this game in the last few minutes. He's had an impact on the offensive defensive end, but now on the stat sheet as well, with a couple of tough rebounds, that three on the last possession, and now the first of 2 free throws.
He's got those nice Kobe's on too.
I'm a sucker for anything in red, man.
Is that an Ohio State thing, or?
My middle school, my high school, my college, all red.
Sessum's twirls right into traffic. And Ray wisely pulls it out. That's a really smart decision in a game that has lacked some smart decision making.
Wow. I mean, what a revelation that was to slow the game down and bring it out to get a great shot. It's amazing. I guarantee you they score on this possession now. Come on, guys, make me look good here.
I was going to say,
what are we doing?
the fix is in on that call right there. Which way are we going? There's Dwight Bikes. Kennedy, count it.
Big bucket there. Another great find from Dwight Bikes, who has been running the show to perfection here the last few minutes. And how impressive is it for Red Rose Thunder to steal all these minutes for Mo Watson, who he's been grabbing at his leg and seemingly a little sore the majority of this game from some bumps and bruises. They're going to get 100% of him for the last 4 minutes of that Elam ending.
Despite all the fouls that this game has had, neither team in danger of the bonus right now, so no harm to Red Rose Thunder on that foul.
Now, Eric, there's a huge difference between 12 points and, say, 7 points in this last 50 minutes. Can Magic Show get a bucket, stop, and a bucket? You can't get a bucket, stop, and a bucket if you don't get a bucket first, but this stop.
Stop, bucket, stop, bucket.
What they need now is it gets time where you got to game plan it. And Dwight Bikes knows better than anybody on the court about what the Elam ending and the timing looks like. They're going to play this possession out, and we'll see if Magic Show even gets a chance to get a shot on the other end.
Kennedy hits.
Now, strategy-wise, right, it gets under 15 seconds here. Magic Show's got to go quickly, because if I'm Red Rose Thunder, I'm fouling before they have a chance to even get a bucket.
Lewis draws the foul just outside the Elam ending mark.
And now the strategy flips. The winning team with the ball. It's a no-brainer where they're going to get either a rebound or pass it in off the second free throw. They're going to dribble up to half court, and they're going to call timeout to make sure that they have the widest margin they could possibly have going into the Elam ending. They don't need to risk a turnover. They don't need to risk an offensive foul. There's nothing to risk. Get to the Elam ending as quick as possible.
And being a returning team, you'd have to think they've prepped that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a huge part of that mini camp, right, is learning these TBT rules and intricacies of the TBT that, you know, the teams that win have so much success in their strategy and understanding of how to navigate, not only throughout the whole game, but especially in the Elam ending. And I see the coaching staff for Red Rose Thunder all giving the hand signals to call that timeout, bring it right up to the bench.
It's coming right here. And your target score is 70. So if you're Magic Show, you need a 20-7 run. Not impossible with a guy like Sam Sessoms. Meanwhile, Red Rose Thunder needs just 8 to win it in the $1 million winner-take-all, the basketball tournament. It's the $1 million winner-take-all, the basketball tournament from the James Madison region. Magic Show, Red Rose Thunder. First team to 70 wins it. Unique to the basketball tournament, every game ends on a make. It really has popularized over the years. We've seen it experimented with NBA All-Star games, some overseas leagues as well. But TBT is where it originates from, thanks to Nick Elam.
And it's just so unbelievably fun, right? You turn off the clock. You've got the shot clock going, but not the game clock. It's a target score as if you're playing pickup in the park. Everyone gets a little bit more tense. The points mean just a little bit more. And it doesn't matter if you're up by 15 or up by 5. Everybody's got a chance to win this game. And every possession matters so much. First to 70, the first Elam ending of this TBT 2025.
Pick and pop, Kennedy thought about it. 8 on the shot clock. Scores.
Takes his time, that mid-post range where he operates so well, and such a tough shot, putting them 6 points away from winning this game.
The shot clock's still in effect, but no game clock. Moss fakes the pass, hits the 3.
A big shot, but you can't trade buckets in the Elam ending. You simply cannot trade buckets if you want to win this game if you're the Magic Show, and you're going to need stops. It starts right there.
Sam Sessoms. Kick out. Lewis wants the 3. Strong rebound underneath, and a foul called.
Magic Show foul on number 15. Woody Earl. His fourth.
A line from a general manager I have not heard in my years of TBT was Lucas Morrison saying last night, Langston Wilson will be with us. He'll just be a little late to shoot around because he's got to drop his kid off. Love it.
There you go. And now he's playing in the Elam ending.
Exactly. We haven't seen much of him today. That was a big rebound. Smith, good focus to keep that in bounds. Bikes, a good move and a deuce.
Listen, we talked a lot about Mo Watson. We talked a lot about Marcus Kennedy in this game, but Dwight Bikes has been the reason why Red Rose Thunder ran away with this game. His calming presence towards the end, his passing, his playmaking, and now finishing as well, just a huge addition to this Red Rose Thunder team.
Travel called. You never want to be tough on a guy in TBT, not knowing where they are necessarily in the game. Their game in the summer could be rehabbing from injury, who knows. But one guy we have not seen much of anything from today is Quade Green. That's been a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, he struggled with turnovers, and you know that you don't take care of the ball, you don't really play, right? And it's been a frustrating afternoon for him as well as the majority of Magic Show. But listen, the game's far from over. For all we know, Quade Green could go on a 10-0 run himself here and bring the Magic Show back.
Channel his inner Tyrese Rice, TBT legend through the years, a champion with Boeheim's Army. I reference that name because he's been known as an Elam ender. Guys like Marcus Keene from Sideline Cancer. Been some TBT legends through the years, and these are their moments. A stop helps. Hepburn, bullseye.
Okay, here we go. It's a 10-point game now. Obviously, Red Rose Thunder only 4 points away, but it gets to a point where everyone tenses up a little bit more. You're only a few baskets away, and Magic Show is continuing to play like they've got nothing to lose right now because it's the truth.
Bikes, checks his feet, drills a 3.
If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. How about Dwight Bikes tonight? Number 23 in white, excuse me. Just a huge part of this Red Rose Thunder team.
There's Quade Green, the former 24th overall recruit who opened his Kentucky career as a freshman starter under John Calipari. Next make wins it for the Red Rose Thunder. Ball stays Red Rose Thunder. I think Bikes thought that was off of him. The way he reacted. A free throw, a 2 or a 3 wins it.
You got to get the ball back to Dwight Bikes. He deserves this game-winning shot, but I have a feeling he's not going to get it.
Wilson. Underneath, put back blocked, and a foul called. Anthony Smith has a chance to close this game at the stripe.
Just needs one out of these two to send Red Rose Thunder over to that bracket to move their name across. A deserving Elam ender here if he can get this one to go.
Smith releases and wins it for Red Rose Thunder. Into the second round for the second straight year. A little fist pump from an elated Lucas Morrison.
A great win for Red Rose Thunder, who throughout the entire game, at the end of the day, was the better team, the more deserving team to win this game. And selfishly, I'm just happy that we get to see more Mo Watson, we get to see more Dwight Bikes, we get to see more Marcus Kennedy, and who are 3 TBT legends.
He's Joey Lane, I'm Eric Duick. We've got the Happy Valley Hoopers, the #1 seed, coming up next against the Raleigh Legends, 9-1-9. This is the $1 million winner-take-all the basketball tournament.